knowing exactly where he needed to go to use those legs to pick up the first down.
And also, not only keeping the game alive, now they're in field goal range.
I want to see you.
That timeout.
A 17-yard run on
Get him!
16.
Oh my gosh, get him.
Touchdown Notre Dame! Woo!
Boo.
Word on the slate. Odds your gas time. They at the right time.
What a drive. What an answer. What a pair of runs.
Look at this. 10 plays, 95 yards, and 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Hartman, game-winning drive. He's 4 of 8, 17 yards per hour on that 4th down.
Woo! Fighting Irish, fighting Irish, fighting Irish, fighting Irish,
Still
fighting
a minute
Irish,
to go. 5-point game. Fighting
Go.
Irish will go for 2.
fighting Irish.
Of course they are.
Well, no, duh, they want a 7-point lead.
Timeout, dude.
No, Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, why would you take a timeout? That would mean they'd only have, that would,
Oh, yeah.
that would mean they would
Why
only
did
have
Notre Dame take a timeout though?
Because maybe they didn't like the defensive formation. Just because of that run. Whatever play was there.
Stupid. Why did they let him run?
Odds against
A heck of an effort. There was nowhere to go off to the left, but he just kept trying to find grass, cut back, got behind the big tight end, and the safeties were out of position. I think he was as surprised as anybody.
Irish.
Takes it all the way to the end zone. Well, these guys have fought hard in the second half. I just got to
The
say how
couple of
just
That's
subjective
the Irish.
football fans after what Notre Dame went
No,
through.
obviously,
We all
the
know
black
how
man,
would they show
Orange
up.
Roberts, this game is college game
They
day.
got tested tonight. The way Duke took the lead, they're on the road. Everyone's against them. They got to go basically the length of the field to be able to get to at least get into field goal range, right? Instead, they score the touchdown. Their backs against the wall. Maybe their season on the line.
And now that defense will need to make one more stop. They'll have a chance for atonement. Duke has all 3 of its timeouts before
It's a bait.
conversion. Hartman,
oh my
Good!
god.
it's a 7-point
Really? How did they let that happen?
I think we're seeing a new Sam Hartman. The defense feared him running. They worried about him taking off. That's what they adjusted to. They took their eyes off of coverage. Watch him come out of there. He's not just jogging, he's sprinting. Duke's worried he's going to go to the corner. They lose their man in coverage. And he said, thank you very much. Remember, guys, I can still throw it too.
Now Hartman, who was here last year with Wake Forest and lost a shootout game to Riley Leonard 34-31, now has put his team up with a terrific drive. Notre Dame up by 7, but not done yet.
Let's go Irish!
31 seconds.
Let's go Irish!
See if they force this game
Let's
to
go
I
Irish!
almost don't want to jinx him showing him like that because they showed him like that last week when Ohio State was starting to move the ball down the field.
Kentucky's 5-0 probably right now. They're going against Georgia.
And then eventually they stopped showing him because Ohio State scored. So we're happy for him. He looks good. He's got the.
Well, that's really good stat right there. Louisville and Kentucky are both first. They're both what 5-0 undefeated for the first time ever at the same time.
Come back. The coach is going to prove he's a good coach.
The passing game, Leonard just 11 of 26 tonight. Good catch from Terry Moore.
That was 6.
5 yards.
That wasn't inside the
I
5.
think it's inside the 10.
Potentially tied
It's inside the 10.
if they can get it into the end zone.
You got 31 seconds. You got all 3 timeouts. You got some receivers that made some plays for you here in the second half. Most notably, 5 Calhoun, 8 more. The backs can be a factor. The big question to me is, can this offensive line in an obvious passing situation, can they protect? Can they give Riley Leonard enough time to try to?
They're saying let's go Myers? Oh, no, they have Riley there. I don't know. They're saying let's go Irish. Yeah.
Completion. Higgins scoots out of bounds. And
See,
picking
why
up
couldn't we do
5
that?
ticks left.
And Liberty,
Load short passes out of bounds.
Timmy's dumb.
a 5-yard
What?
gain.
Timmy's
All about
dumb.
the clock for Notre Dame.
Why didn't Gus tell him what to do?
That one win at the start of the game, I
Timmy's not
referenced
experienced.
against Sam
Is
Hartman.
he, what is it, his third year?
I think he's a sophomore. I think he was a freshman last year at USF. No.
Yes!
No.
Notre Dame on that?
And Leonard is clutching his ankle, and the football's still loose. But
Yes.
Well, they need a first down. You can still
The
have
game's
a
over.
Talk loud. I hate to see that.
Is the quarterback hurt?
He's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Nah, he's okay.
just a devastating way for this to end for Duke.
Come on.
He's being attended to.
They were doing so good.
Told you, Fighting Irish should just.
We talked about a Notre Dame veteran defender is going to have to make a play, and it ends up being Howard Cross. Beats his man.
How does his ankle
gets to the
get
football
hurt?
Before Riley Leonard can come forward.
Oh!
Ow.
It's definitely
He
a
does
fumble.
get it.
Yeah, that hurt.
And his ankle twisted in terrible looking fashion as Cross was making that play. And Riley's still down.
Penalty, crushing the ankle.
No.
I would hate to see this. He is played hard tonight, played his heart out.
Yeah.
As the guys on both teams have, this has been a hard-fought game. They're helping Riley Leonard off the field now.
But how fitting for UC players are going to carry him off there.
And while this certainly puts a damper on the end, it certainly does nothing to diminish a gutsy,
Yeah.
tough-nosed, mentally tough victory for Notre Dame.
And if you're a Notre Dame fan, you know about Riley Mills, 99, Howard Cross. Those guys battled in the middle all night long. That's what they're known for, is their effort, their consistency. And Cross has a monster night. 13 tackles, 3.5 for a loss.
Wow.
Forced 2 fumbles. You see the big sack there.
Again, because all free
Fumble
timeouts.
the ball during the snap.
Time Giants
Don't catch the snap.
over Alabama.
Oh, they're running.
The Sunday tonight.
No, duh, they're running the ball.
That's
Not
too
even neither.
slams it up into the line. And
Yeah, don't take your timeouts.
is going to let time expire. Sam Hartman exchanging words, pleasant words, congratulatory words with Brandon Johnson. This, if you like physical football, this was a really, really good game. Hollywood has found Sam Hartman.
Sam, 4th down and 16 yards to go. At what moment did you decide to try to run it yourself and get the 17th yard?
I mean, I think just like I said, hats off to our defense. I mean, they battled all week.
I was gonna ask, like, is he a senior? He got a full beard.
And mustache.
Everything in the game. It's gonna come in. I watched the tape, watch the
Mustache is easier to grow than a beard.
Freaking bounce back and Notre Dame football right there.
How did you get the 4th down?
Just a lot of luck.
You ran
Defense.
forward and got the first
Tell me a
down.
little bit about this psyche of the team. Last week, the game went down to the final play. Today,
Oh, Jimmy
again,
did do
final
that.
moments. How did your team flip it
Yeah.
around?
I mean, it's just perseverance. Coach Reed preached all week, right? It's not that, at the end of the day, winning and losing is everything, but again, it makes you feel a lot better to get it done in the last moments. But, right now, honestly, I'm thinking about Riley. I mean, that kid's a hell of a player. He went down. I really want to
I think Timmy is smart.
Go do that. Thank you.
What?
We should make Timmy take his SATs, see what grade he gets.
Everybody wanted to know, how would your team turn the page?
If he doesn't get a good grade, he
What were you thinking
won't be a
on
quarterback.
16 when your quarterback decides to run?
When he decided to run the ball down, I really felt good about it. I kind of saw it. I'm like, if Sam's going to run this, he's going to make it. It happened last week, right? On a 4-1 situation. He learned from that. That's what I keep talking about. You have to learn from those opportunities, man. So for him to run down there, he wasn't going to be the guy. So I love that, man.
And he wasn't. Then again, Estimate goes in for the touchdown. What was that play and how did he break it?
We were really trying to just run the ball and kind of run the clock out and set ourselves up to kick a game-winning field goal. And it's probably a situation where you want to go down and really kick the ball late. And I'm so proud of this team to continue to fight. I thought we learned from last week. We didn't know how this game would go. But last week, Ohio State found a way to finish on it mattered the most. And that's what this team got a way to do.
How do you describe the resilience you see from your young men? You try to coach it, you try to teach it, but when you see it, what does that feel like?
I'm really proud, and I'm proud for them. This is all I want, man, is these guys to really feel this feeling of victory. And it's hard earned, and I'm proud.
Only way that Notre Dame will be in the playoff is if they lose one more. If they don't lose any more games.
It wasn't a pretty game, but we got the job done. We kept on fighting for 4 quarters, and that was the result of us not giving up and finishing the game.
Yards were so hard to come by. They had shut you guys out in the second half. How did you find a touchdown late?
Yeah, they're a really good team. They're a physical team. We knew coming into this game it was going to be a 4-quarter battle, so we knew we just had to stay down and something was going to pop, and it popped right when the time we needed it.
Coach talked to you guys about having a championship response. How do you describe your team's response tonight?
That was a championship response. We battled. We had a great week of practice, and a week of practice showed off in this field today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Holly, thank you very much. You see Sam
How
Parker
could you do that?
outside Duke Sports Medicine tent with you.
Oh, big
Yeah.
picture in the corner. Turn on TCU.
Sam is at the fort. Riley here at Duke. Great mutual respect between these two really classy moves by.
It's the game that way.
Make it difficult on your head coach.
No!
Go for it on 4th down. That right ankle
You
that
get it?
was hurt.
Oh no, is that it?
He got up, favoring that ankle. I think he tweaked it again. So that's a double good thud for West Virginia.
And it's 4th down.
49-yard field goal try.
Oh,
Make it, make it, make it, make it, make it, make it, make it.
The hold, the kickoff.
That looks
Kick is
It is.
somewhere. Pat McAfee's got a big smile on his face. Michael Hayes never in doubt, right down the middle. That was an impressive kick from Hayes to put the Mountaineers ahead.
he went to West Virginia.
Concern, I'm sure, for Garrett Green. That was a perfect strike, wasn't it? Right down the middle. Great kick. Great operation. Great snap, hold, kick. I think, it was so impressive. Let's do our All-State Good Hands next. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, All-State. Right into the net from Michael Hayes to put West Virginia ahead in this game. First lead for the Mountaineers on the road comes with 9:31 to play. The theme of the year for West Virginia has kind of been, it may not always be pretty, but winning football games are 3-1. This is a football team that embraces winning ugly. They will win in any way, any shape, any form. They're gritty and they're tough, and you're seeing it play out tonight. Wow, the kick returned.
Okay. Oh,
And
that wasn't good.
ending up getting back to the 20-yard line. I think
Even worse.
Major Everhardt's teammate was saying, take a knee, we want a touchback, and he brought it out anyway. So TCU's offense, the bigger issue is not the kick, it's can TCU's offense get going.
You're exactly right. It's really been keep away all night. In the second half for the West Virginia offense, keeping it away from the TCU offense. TCU
He thought he saw a hole. Then it closed up when he started running.
Oh wait, now I gotta go block because you're ignoring me. Look at those numbers. 11 yards
What the
net in
heck?
the second half with 2 first downs for this Horned Frogs offense. Morris back to pass. Throws short right. Bailey, a little juggle, but he made the catch.
no.
And then breaks a tackle. Hangs on to the ball after a big hit. It might have hurt Sean Martin, the West Virginia defender.
Oh, no.
His own teammate might have gotten him.
Oh no.
That was a big collision down there on the tackle. We've already had one significant injury on the West Virginia defense. And now Sean Martin, one of their starting defensive linemen, is down. Hopefully Sean's okay. But we'll step aside here and come back to Fort Worth. 24-21, Mountaineers lead.
Terry McLaurin's brother?
Don't think so.
People don't always know how to ask for help, but I believe if we can help, we should help.
Okay, here we go. I got this. Good Tim.
Keep her coming nice and easy. Hey, we're gonna finish this thing, all right? Me and you together.
Sometimes people need help asking for help.
Righty, tighty.
That's not good enough.
Hey Tim,
Yeah.
pickle jar stuck again.
Do you need help, Barry?
Whenever you're hungry, there's a deal on the Subway
It's so
app.
funny.
Buy one footlong, get one 50% off in the Subway app today.
Now that's a deal worth celebrating.
Man, what
Wow,
are
that's
you doing?
close.
Get it
Dolphins
on the gun.
51% chance to win.
Ribbit, those are pretty good.
Bills have 49% chance to win.
It matters where you stay. Embassy Suites by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
For 12 years, for 4,383 sunrises, across millions of mornings, we've been working to make one thing better. This, a science-driven formulation to support whole body,
That
brain,
looks
and
disgusting.
gut. Start at drinkag1.com.
It's green.
At the Cracker Barrel, freshly made food at a fair price is just what we do. In fact, we've got over 20 meals under $12.
What else? What else?
No.
Served
That's strong for chicken
I don't think anything else.
Some people just
Oh,
know
there's Harry Potter in the Order of the Phoenix Transformer.
choose all stay.
Jaguar.
He knows better than any GPS, and he points you.
Paranormal Activity. Yeah.
Down the road, past the big red warehouse.
Take it to the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
Yeah, there's
I
nothing.
don't want to wait for the
I'm gonna say it's 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
Oh, I didn't see what were the
Those are the people
Bears
who
and
safe
Browns.
save 40% with all stay.
Bears and Broncos. Who was projected to win? I think the Broncos by like 2 points. The over/under is 2 points.
That'd be nice. Unless it's lucky.
This game is so boring. Oh, the Bears get a safety. The Bears win.
Yeah! Oh, dang it. Justin and DJ, who I played, didn't do good. I lose fantasy.
We've done a lot of this for all the domination. West Virginia, they only have the 10 points on the board in the second half. So from TCU's perspective, they're only down 3 despite almost nothing going right other than the goal line stand for their defense. By the way, Hershey McLaurin is playing a great game. He was the other West Virginia player involved in that collision that sent Sean Martin off the field. Martin did get up and walk off the field on his own power, but McLaurin also on the bench. That's a first down run by Amani Bailey. This was a play that hurt 2 different West Virginia defenders after the broken tackle. Now on first down, man, Bailey's just decided he is going to try to personally drag TCU's offense back in this game. That's 8 yards on first down.
Can we run the clock? I would like for West Virginia not to come back.
225 pounds.
If we score.
West Virginia.
Catching it short, running hard. Tough sledding in there, making a
Win
play for his
in any
team.
way possible.
West Virginia and UCF are kind of in a verbal rivalry online.
Gets out to midfield. First down, Hornets.
So when we play each other, it's going to
Get 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 different pass breakups. Now we got another player hurting, and it's another West Virginia defender.
unless their whole defense gets injured before we play them.
Defensive lineman and his cleat came off.
When do we play them?
I don't know.
Maybe a cramp?
Later,
Yeah,
I should
anytime you
see.
see
I'll
situation like
check.
that by the athletic trainer, it's usually a cramping situation. Warm night down here in Fort Worth, traveling down from West Virginia. Still 83 degrees. I mean, we're after 10.
it's our next home game, October 28th.
Yeah, that's hard to adjust to. If you're not used to it, the heat is
So
definitely...
it's the game that Shaq's gonna DJ at before the game.
Something very difficult to
They
adjust to. You're
have
not
to
used
be
to
there.
practicing in it.
We don't
playing
have
in
to
it
see
week in,
Shaq
week out.
DJ.
No, I want to see him DJ, but then I want to leave.
No, he garbaged his game.
So Mike Lockhart, he's had a really
Yes.
good game in the middle of that defensive line. He'll pick up his cleat.
Unless their whole defense just dies before we play them.
I know there's still examples of it in college
No, I
football.
don't
There was a
think
fairly egregious one today in that Auburn-Georgia game where an Auburn player just
Hey,
went
West
to the sideline
Virginia
and told him
moved
to
to
go
the
down, and
Heat,
he just
so
dropped to
they
the
just
ground.
got a
I don't
cramp.
like it when fans
West Virginia's
Our place is hot. Our place is hot.
and just assume that they're faking.
Not really, not in October.
The difference between feigning an injury and a real one.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Nice gain on the ground. The TCU run game with Imani Bailey has come to life. That's what you were talking about last time they had the ball. Why isn't Imani Bailey getting more touches? And now another West Virginia player. Oh my goodness.
Big number 73 at right guard, Willis Patrick.
If the ref wasn't there, I think he could have got a little bit more yards.
Sorry.
Get up to the second level, creating a huge hole.
Ref's like, oh, there's a hole here. I think I should move out of the way.
And look, we just
Alright,
saw
you can run here,
Trey
dude.
Lathan,
Another
the
person.
redshirt freshman linebacker. That is not a fake injury, and these TCU fans are booing him. You got to knock that off.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I mean, there's
Boo! You're slowing our momentum down.
right now.
No,
There's no reason to. They're calling for the cart. So Trey Lathan is down. My goodness.
Yeah, I think their whole
Oh,
defense is
Lord.
just gonna die before
So
we
we'll
play
step
them.
aside and come back
Yeah,
after
we
this.
still lose.
Even though their whole defense is gonna be their backup.
Yeah.
With wet AMD,
Good night.
sometimes
Me and
I
Daddy
worry my
said
world
that
is
we
getting
should
smaller
run
because
a
of my sight.
2-quarterback offense.
But
First
now-
half, Timmy. Second half,
Have you learned anything, Gus?
Chris.
Gus picks someone and he sticks with them. He doesn't change unless that guy gets hurt. If you learned anything from
Well,
him.
JRP is gonna be back for the West Virginia game, I think.
Oh.
Or the Oklahoma game.
Vabysmo is
You
the
don't
only
wanna
treatment
see that in this
designed to
game?
block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, or are allergic to it or any of its ingredients. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. Although uncommon, there is a potential risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots.
Open up your world.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
You know when a melty grilled cheese sounds so good?
my gosh.
Well, so does a bacon burger with creamy peppercorn ranch. And you couldn't possibly choose because burritos don't work too good when it's tummy empty. Sonic Bacon Peppercorn Ranch Grilled Cheese Burger Deal for $3.99.
Welcome to Stormy Heights, where the windows are always Pella. Pella's fiberglass is the strongest material for windows and patio doors. The fiberglass frame is even scratch and dent resistant. Pella Windows.
Save on replacement windows by Pella now.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapeno stuffed cheesy bread, which was the best thing since original stuffed cheesy bread. Get Domino's new
Dang.
pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread.
Yeah.
Or any other 2 or more mix and match items for just $6.99 each at Domino's.
That first time you take a step back
I made that.
with your very own online store.
I sold that.
And you can manage it all in one place.
I built this.
And it was easy.
I
With a
like
partner
that.
that puts
I
you
would like
first.
that.
GoDaddy.
All right, back here live in Fort Worth. We're not going to show you the injury. It is not pretty. Trey Lathan, the linebacker,
Oh, I want to see it.
talented young player for West Virginia. This is the second time the medical cart has been out for a Mountaineers defender in this game. And they've got him on the stretcher now. Maybe an air cast on the lower leg for Trey Lathan, who's sitting up now. I think there was just a shock and fear factor initially. So our thoughts.
Why was there a Northwestern?
They are still with Aubrey Burks, who's at a local hospital, trying to comfortably get that stretcher loaded into the cart. Florida native who gives a thumbs up to his teammates. Amazing how West Virginia responded the last time they had a teammate go down. Mountaineers have a 3-point lead, 7:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. And it's hard to keep your focus when one player has a major injury.
It certainly is. You know, as tough and as resilient as this Mountaineers football team is, you lose two key players like Aubrey Burks, Trey Lathan. Not just lose them, see them get carted off the field. That was really, really difficult. Like I said earlier in the game, you spend so much time together as a team, training in the off seasons, practice, eating meals together, spending time off the field. You develop this brotherhood, and anytime one of yours goes down, it just takes the wind out of you. Good to see Trey give a thumbs up, though. You saw him talking to his defensive teammates. You know he wants them to stand up right now and play hard. TCU finally finding some rhythm in the second half on offense. Being sparked by running back Amani Bailey. Got some good runs. Chandler Morris has made some good decisions outside the pocket, thrown some accurate footballs on this drive. Exactly what the Horned Frogs needed midway through the fourth. Back to football. TCU.
Oh my gosh.
Morris goes down. So that West Virginia defense, Jared Bartlett, who plays on the opposite side at linebacker from Trey Lathan, who just got carted off, comes up with a sack. How about that play by Jared Bartlett? Not fooled for a second by the play action. The left side of your screen just coming off the edge. Beating left tackle Andrew Coker. Huge play for the Mountaineers. 2nd and 15, loss of 5. Morris, a design quarterback run, trying to kind of pick his way forward with a blocker out in front. And he got the lost yardage back, plus maybe 1. So it'll be 3rd down here. Part of a field where you might see TCU. They have a good, reliable, strong-legged field goal kicker, but it could be 4-down territory.
Yeah, Chandler Morris needs to be smart with the football here. You have a great field goal kicker with a big leg. Make a smart, quick decision. You cannot take a sack. Obviously, you can't turn the football over here late in the game. Make a good, quick decision with the football here. Be smart.
On 3rd and 9, and now a flag thrown. I think a wide receiver moved for TCU. That's
false start, number 16, offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Dalen Wright, who's had a really good game, but he knew he made a mistake there.
Dalen Wright getting a little antsy. I think he sees the motion by J.P. Richardson, sets him off. Right here for Chandler Morris, though, any completion's a good completion. Get the ball in your skills hands, let them make a move, get you back into field goal range, or possibly pick up a 1st down.
Play clock winding down, and they just barely got the ball snapped. Morris throws on the run. That pass is
he didn't get 1st down.
Very close. We'll see where they spot the receiver in forward progress. Short by maybe a full yard or a yard and a half. So Wright came up with a catch after committed a penalty.
Just punch it up. Punch it.
Does not want to go fast, and they want to have a chance to
Punch it up
see
again.
whether this
Come on.
call is a correct
Let's get it
or
first
not.
down.
And they're going to run the field goal team out there.
Ah.
So now you got to kind of hustle the operation. We know from past experience, TCU's good at this, and Griffin Kell can handle this. But a field goal try coming from 46 yards or so to try to tie the game. Play clock winding down. They get the snap, the hold, and the
No.
kick is blocked. And really, I think it just went straight into the line. So the kick blocked, and TCU comes away with nothing. I don't know. They were not particularly organized. I know last year they pulled it off against Baylor, but the kick team ran on late, and nothing felt comfortable about that.
No, you're exactly right. It just didn't feel right for TCU. I know you want to hold on to all your timeouts as late as you possibly can in the ball game. That might have been a situation there where Sonny Dykes wanted to burn one of his timeouts and get his unit set. Great. Mike Lockhart, excuse me. Big 93 with the penetration there, getting his hand up, 6'3".
What a play. Yeah, emphatically rejected that field goal try. So another miss for Kell. And now West Virginia has the ball with the lead. Donaldson, right side run. Donaldson, powerful run. Outside the 35, the clock moves. The clock is going to become a factor even with just one more first down.
You're exactly right, and I can promise you West Virginia is not going to be in a hurry to snap this football. They're going to snap this football inside of 3 seconds on the play clock. They're going into 4-minute offense mode right now.
And they would love for this game to end, and they still have the ball. We'll see if they can pull it off. TCU's defense badly needs a stop. Donaldson again, straight ahead. Donaldson got close, but pushed back about 1.5 yards short. It'll be third down.
It would be crazy if Oklahoma wins, so they could be undefeated against us in 2 weeks.
If you pick up a first down here for the Mountaineers,
No, 3 weeks.
you're really going to be able to either bleed this
Next Saturday we play Kansas, then by week, then Oklahoma.
And it's one or the other if you convert here.
I'd expect TCU to bring pressure here, trying to fill every gap.
West Virginia only has 3-2 on the play clock, and they do get the ball snapped. Green's going to throw, rolling out, and it's incomplete, knocked away. So kind of the worst case scenario for West Virginia. The clock stops, you don't convert, it's fourth down, and they're going to have to punt the ball back.
They don't have to, they can go for it.
Clark, number 21, he'll pop into your screen late. Being there in coverage, just Garrett Green nowhere to go with the football, trying to give his guy a chance low and away. What a stop by the TCU defense.
Yeah, Bud was not fooled at all. Big smile on his face after a huge play. With 3:08 to go. And the punt, end over end, fair catch signal inside the 15. That's where the TCU offense will get the ball back. Big 12 now on ESPN Plus, a must-have for Big 12 fans. More than 500 live games plus exclusive content and original shows. 11 men's and women's sports are highlighted, and select conference tournament events. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12Now. 46-yard punt, no return. West Virginia defense back on the field. Let's go down to Kayla.
Guys, West Virginia's Christian McLaurin started walking slowly off the field into that locker room. I assume he is done here for the night.
Yeah, it looked like he was being checked. It looked to us, now we're a long way from the sideline, but looked to us like he was being checked for concussion symptoms. Now, as TCU tries to run the first play of the drive,
False start, number 74.
a penalty.
Oh my gosh. How many times has there been false start?
Players on this team. Andrew Coker committed the false start.
Great player for the Horned Frogs, big, athletic, somebody you're going to see play on Sundays. It's not the normal play by Andrew Coker.
So 7th TCU penalty. So it's 1st and 15.
I didn't see a false start. Whatever.
Morris, play fake. Morris looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and now trying to get away, throws across his body and finds Bailey with the catch in the middle of the field, and he gets close to a first down. What a play by Chandler Morris.
What a play is correct.
Chandler Morris, just an absolute baller, running around out there, making plays, keeping things alive, eyes down the field. Tremendous job, because that one looked like it was going nowhere. That play literally went nowhere. On second and short, I take it back. They give him the spot for a half a yard and a first down. Chandler Morris, nowhere to go with the football, scanning left to right all the way across the field, using his legs once again to extend a play for the Horned Frogs, finding his running back, Amani Bailey. I mean, the clock shouldn't be an issue. Normal TCU tempo with all 3 timeouts, but that clock is just rolling. And the Horned Frogs still have a long field ahead of them. Morris throws. That pass is
first down.
Catch by Savion Williams. First down, Horned Frogs. Great location of the throw, putting the football where only his big 6'5", 225-pound receiver can make a play on the ball. Tremendous catch. And just under 2 minutes, the first down means clock stops to get reset. Big hit on the quarterback, and Morris
another first down.
Out near midfield, that's his go-to guy, J.P. Richardson. Way to stand in the pocket, fearless Chandler Morris. Linebacker Lee Koba bearing down on him, delivers a strike. Well, 1st and 10 Horned Frogs from their 10 to midfield. Another ball pressured, and Morris, that was a really dangerous throw. Again, Koba was in the backfield. And that's the gunslinger in Chandler Morris. He's just going to have to learn to harness a little bit. There's a lot of time left in this ball game, minute and a half. You have all 3 timeouts in your back pocket. On 1st and 10, if it's not there, do the next best thing with the football. Either tuck it and run or throw it away. It's been so much tougher for TCU's offense in the second half. They need 3 to tie. A touchdown would put them ahead. Under a minute and a half to go. A little pitch play right side. And Priest,
first down.
Run into West Virginia territory, still on his feet. That's Major Everhart. First down, Horned Frogs, 13 yards. Great run there. I love it. Amani Bailey, the lead tailback for the TCU football team, switches to lead blocker on the last play. Bailey, I think he was thinking big there. He hit the hole hard, and Koba saved a bigger gain, so the clock's still moving, and TCU is going to use its first of their 3 timeouts. Which, again, there's still plenty of time on the clock, but I don't think it's a terrible idea to not rush in a spot where it's 2nd and 6 coming up and you're not quite yet in field goal range. I think that was a perfectly timed timeout by Sonny Dykes. You just got your field goal kicker into field goal range. It's 2nd down. No need to push the envelope. Now it's time to make sure you're calling your best plays and you're under control. So Griffin Kell,
the Marlins still made it.
But it hasn't been the best night for him. Kell's getting warmed up on the sidelines. Dave Fleming, Brock Osweiler, really good game. We sort of pitched it as a contrast in styles, and I think no matter what happens in these last couple minutes, you got to give West Virginia credit, because I think they played the game the way they wanted to be played. Absolutely. Give Neil Brown's team a ton of credit. Coming down from Morgantown, it's a hot night here in Fort Worth, and I tell you what, they put together a very gritty, tough performance, especially in the second half. TCU's offense was nearly non-existent in the 3rd quarter, but they found a way to pick things up.
Yeah!
Still
first playoff spot.
102 on the clock.
662-game season since 2003. We won the World Series, so will we do it again? I don't think so.
And we'll see if Sonny Dykes is going to use a second
we could be an underdog
so that's
and
kind
win
of
the
the
whole
worst
thing.
case scenario there.
But I don't think we will.
Or 2, and now 3rd down coming up with 53 seconds left. I tell you what, this West Virginia defense, especially the front, they are just relentless. Big Tommy Durioje making the play there for the Mountaineers. Big number 3. There's just no quit in this front. From the first play of the game to right now, This Mountaineers defense has been playing tough all night. They've lost 4 of their best defensive players in this game to injury, and a couple of them major injuries. Talk about some resilience.
Yeah.
And toughness, right? You're playing on the road, tough environment. You can tell this team has great chemistry. They play together. And credit Neil Brown for that. The block kicks, just to remember, Martin's back on the field, so that's good news for West Virginia. The block kick from 46, the miss from 53 for Griffin Kell. Right now, as of right now, you'd be talking about like a 53, 54-yarder in case TCU doesn't get anything here. 3rd and 7, under a minute to go. Richardson in motion. Morris.
No.
The sack. He tried to fling the ball up. I thought he was down.
He was.
And I think they're saying he was down. Sonny Dykes wondering what's the call. The ball was just flung up in the air, and Morris is hurt. So the clock went wide. And now Sonny Dykes, I guess he's going to have to use his 3rd and final timeout.
Really?
He will.
Okay.
Back-to-back sacks, and that was Sean Martin, the guy who came out on the last series. As a quarterback with the ball in your hand in this situation, I understand you're looking downfield, you're scanning, you're trying to make a play for your team, but you have to know.
That's going to be final timeout of the half. You 1 minute.
You have to know the one thing you absolutely cannot do is take a sack. You're already in field goal position. You cannot lose any yards. If the pocket breaks down and you don't like what you see downfield, know where you can bury that football on the ground so you don't lose yardage. So now, TCU, I mean, are they going to try a long field goal to try to tie? You probably have to. These are the 2 kicks. This came after a penalty that made it a 53-yarder instead of a 48-yarder. Missed left, and then the one a few minutes ago from 46 that was blocked by Mike Lockhart. So Griffin Kell, who really, I mean, he's one of the better kickers in the country, but he's now 7 for 12 on the season. Well, he's right on his verge of what we've been told he can kick. We're told he's good up to about 57. And that's what this would be right here. Yeah, right. He's right on the cusp of that range. And they're not. He's not coming on the field. Sonny Dykes.
Really?
On 4th down.
Oh my gosh.
4th down's been good
No
to the
way.
Bullfrogs in this game. He is not going to kick to try to tie. Now we're stopping play, and I think
Under further review.
the replay officials have decided, even after all that delay, I don't know why it took this long, but they're going to review whether Morris ever actually was down. That would make a big difference. It would save lost yardage. It would save a timeout. It was such a weird, awkward play, Brock, but initial viewing, I thought for sure he was down, but...
Yeah, but no, it doesn't look like he's down.
I thought he was down. In real time, when we saw it on the field, I think that's down. Your forearm and elbow are down on the turf there, aren't they? Or maybe that's an optical illusion. No, I think his arm is up from that view. Question is, where's his leg? Where's his knee?
His knee didn't touch the ground.
He's still up.
Yeah.
He may never have been down. That took some amazing athleticism from Chandler Morris, but he might actually have gotten rid of that ball and never been down. What a heads-up play by Chandler if that ends up being the case. I mean, it was also a dangerous play. He kind of flung it straight up in the air, but he got away with it. Yeah, I mean, the first look, I thought that arm was touching, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's hovering above the turf there. Well, Chandler Morris at 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's sitting on top of someone that's 6'5", 300. What a critical play. If this is ruled an incomplete pass and not a sack, I think that's when you expect to see the kicker, Griffin Kell, come out, try to tie up the ball game. He will be well within his range if this is not a sack. So it's complicated for the replay officials because if they decide it's an incomplete pass, then you also have to make sure you get the spot right and the clock right.
Yeah, and the
So
refs
it's
aren't
multifaceted.
gonna do that.
That was really.
I don't think they're gonna want to do that. They're gonna say it's a sack.
I'll tell you what, Chandler Morris, how about the competitor inside him? Realizing he's going down, trying to get that football out, trying to save yardage for his team. I know it's a dangerous play, but late in the ball game, sometimes those are the things you have to do with the ball in your hand.
After review, the quarterback got the pass away before he was down. It's an incomplete pass.
Yay.
Game clock operator, please put 46 seconds on the game clock. TCU will not be charged their final timeout. They still have one remaining.
So now that same lost yardage on 4th down means that the kicker's come out, Griffin Kell. That's huge. Put your kicker back in a range that he feels much more comfortable with. It's a big deal for TCU. So it's still a really tough kick, about 55 yards for Griffin Kell, who does have a 57-yarder on his resume. And now West Virginia is going to call timeout.
Of course, yeah.
Now remember, in these situations, long field goals, the ball comes out much lower. West Virginia, having blocked the last field goal, you're going to have a clean operation if you're the Horned Frogs. The problem with using that timeout, now you want to make sure you're organized, but if the kick goes through, you just burned a timeout. The game would only be tied. You still have 40 seconds on the clock. So I understand why a head coach might want to make sure, okay, we can't commit a penalty. We got to be lined up right. Got to be organized for this kick. You're absolutely right, and you're making a tremendous point, but you had time during the review to discuss all that with your team. You should not burn that timeout. You need to keep that just in case the ball goes through. That's my opinion. That's a great point. There was plenty of time to discuss all those scenarios during the review. So here we go. They're trying to tie the game with 46 seconds on the clock from 55 yards. Griffin Kell.
Oh my gosh, not again.
West Virginia blocks another one. And the Mountaineers are scrambling.
The Mountaineers touch it?
I don't know why West Virginia went to go touch it. All you got to do is just stay out of the way.
Did you touch it? They're going to review that.
The kick was blocked, and West Virginia has the ball. Sean Martin, who almost had the sack on 3rd down, gets his big mid up. What a play by Sean Martin, 6'5", getting his hand up. Wow. Second block field goal in the last couple minutes for the West Virginia Special Teams unit, and that essentially is going to put this game away. Unbelievable. What a statement by Neil Brown and his West Virginia Mountaineers. He said this week in his press conference that this game would be a barometer for where his program is at in Big 12 play. Well, you just came down to Fort Worth and pulled off the upset tonight. Losing 2 players, carted off the field, down several other top-line players on the offensive line, on the defense, against a team that played for the national title last year. And this is going to be the first loss in Big 12 play for Sonny Dykes at TCU. Unbelievable. What a performance by the Mountaineers coming into hostile territory. This crowd was loud. It was a sold-out stadium. Defense played lights out. Quarterback Garrett Green back in the lineup, making the plays when he needed to. Huge plays with his legs in the first half. What a statement win by the Mountaineers. Really, really impressive.
Is McCaffrey going to do it? Is he? Probably.
West Virginia are going to go home with a massive road win. With this Mountaineers team, it's not always pretty, but they're 4-1. They're 2-0 in conference play. And they have a formula that you can win with, right? Great defense, discipline, hard-nosed, tough.
Okay, let's score on Alabama.
who's the leader of your offense? Well, it's your front five, it's your offensive line. So as you get into October, as you get into November, and you play in tough weather games at home, you can run to win, you can play great defense.
Dragging the defender.
Oh, Alabama's winning 34-17. Okay.
There's a flag down.
Holding offense number 45.
Out of Fresno State, what's the score?
It's a little bit of a lull, especially from the Wolfpack D, but let's look at it again. Whitty pulls him over the top of him. His behind is never on the ground, and he just kind of scrambles those legs. Vavao, the right guard, was laying there. He was one of the bodies Sherrod was on top of, and that looks clean.
Okay.
That was a weird one. I was almost sure he was down. A 72-yard touchdown run from Malik Sherrod. Catch a 97-yard drive.